Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages with the cards that come up in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out, what messages come through with the cards that come out in this reading. So the first card we have is the 10 of Pentacles. You've got some earth sign energy with this. You could be dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, or even a Capricorn. We've got the Ace of Wands, and we have the Star card. We also have some Aquarius energy with the Star card. We could be dealing with an Aquarius. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands from up here at the bottom of the deck, this does feel like an energy of someone who's in a space where they're making plans for the future. I do feel like there is a desire for being able to make plans for the future, and I do feel like there are a lot of plans that a person has in their mind for the future. Do you feel like with the Two of Wands, this does feel like an energy of actually feeling a little bit restless and wanting to be able to kind of have plans in place that they want to be able to take action towards. They do feel excited and even eager to be able to kind of act on plans for the future of this connection. But the 10 of Wands, this does feel like an energy of when it comes to the feelings of the way this person that you're in connection with feels about you. Do you feel like this person does view you as being long-term potential? This does feel like an energy of wanting to also have a commitment. And I do feel like with the 10 of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of kind of feeling inspired to be able to kind of settle down in this connection, feeling like it's the right person to do all of that stuff with. With the Ace of Wands, this does feel like an energy of having a strong spark when it comes to your connection. And I do feel like with the Ace of Wands showing up over here, it does feel like you both feel that. I do feel like with this Ace of Wands, it feels like a strong initial start or even strong encounter when it comes to how things get started. I do feel like with this Ace of Wands, this does feel like an energy of being able to have a connection, be able to kind of start quite strongly. Do you feel like this Ace of Wands turn up over here? This does feel like a new beginning. So this could be somebody new, a new connection, or even a new phase that you're coming into within a connection with somebody. I do feel like with this Ace of Wands, this feels like a very exciting start. I do feel like there's a desire to be able to create something meaningful with you. And I do feel like it's like this connection is inspiring on a lot of levels. With the Star card showing up over here, this feels like an energy of kind of feeling like a good feeling about having a good feeling about this connection. And I do feel like also looking to the future and wanting to be able to kind of have that longevity. And there's a lot of potential for longevity in this connection. And I do feel like with the Star card, this feels like having a very positive outlook, an optimistic outlook as well. This connection feels like it's off to a great start. But I feel like with the Star card showing up over here, it feels like it gets better and better. But with the Star card, this does also feel like distance, which can be physical distance between yourself and someone. It could be a long distance relationship. I do feel like in that situation, there is a sense of somebody actually being in a space where there is a lot of longing for you, especially following an encounter that they may have had with you or a meet-up that they could have had with you. This does feel like an energy of someone is still holding on to that. And I do feel like this person misses you quite a lot. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have the Temperance card. We do have some Sagittarius energy with the Temperance. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Empress. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Wands. With the Empress, we have some Libra or even Taurus energy. So you could be dealing with any of those two signs as well. Now the Four of Wands, this does feel like an energy of being able to build something stable, something that does feel like it's also going to be quite strong as far as a foundation and a connection with somebody. I do also feel like building something very meaningful that's headed to somewhere that is going to feel like it's also going to be quite solid and stable. I do feel like with the Four of Wands, this does feel like an energy of also being able to experience people coming together, a lot of people kind of being involved in a situation in a way that is supportive to your connection as well. This does feel like an energy of also being able to take a connection or union to the next level. With the Four of Wands, this feels like an energy of being able to get to a milestone in this connection. It could be even a sense of being able to actually make things more exclusive, in the sense of being able to commit more deeply, as far as even if that is in sense of weddings, and having other people also kind of take part in celebrating that between the two of you. I do feel like with the Temperance card showing up over here, this feels like a very patient energy. I do feel like with this Temperance card showing up over here, this person is very patient with you. I do also feel like this person perceives you as someone who's very patient, and it does make things feel more comfortable in this connection. I do feel like with the Temperance card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to move forward at your own pace as well, and being able to actually move forward in a comfortable pace. And it does feel like being able to actually experience the unfolding of this connection as being one that is, I do feel like, very satisfying every step of the way. But with the Wheel of Fortune card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience a sense of feeling very fortunate to have this connection. There's something about that initial encounter. It does feel like it is something that is, I do feel like, unexpected, or it's something that you never expected as far as being able to plan it. With the Ace of Wands, this does feel like an energy of having the strong spark with somebody. And with the Wheel of Fortune, this feels like an energy of being able to experience that as something quite surprising, but it does feel like something that you'd be grateful for. I do feel like it is in a way that is in alignment with your desires when it comes to meeting somebody. With the Wheel of Fortune, this does feel like divine timing also being at play. So I do feel like this connection is happening at the right time with the right person. I do feel like with the Wheel of Fortune card showing up over here, this does also show karmic energy in this connection as well. So it does feel like also being able to have a connection with somebody where you experience a lot of different experiences in this connection, from highs to lows. But this does feel like an energy of being able to get through that together and actually learn from those experiences. And I do feel like there is a sense of also experiencing a lot of emotional feeling in this connection. When it comes to this person, I feel like this person also feels that with you as well. This connection feels a bit, it's exciting, it's exhilarating, it's kind of thrilling in that way. With the Empress card showing up over here, this feels like a very attractive energy, and I do feel like when it comes to the person you're in connection with, this does feel like this person having a lot of attraction towards you. Feels like them being attracted to your physical beauty, but also when it comes to what's on the inside. I do feel like with the Empress card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of also being, it's a very creative energy, and I do feel like with the Ace of Wands, it's a desire to be able to create something with you. With the Empress, I do also feel like there's this desire to be able to kind of create something with you, but I do also feel like being able to create something quite great. This also feels like a pretty abundant energy, so I do feel like even in this connection, even with the 10 of Pentacles, this does feel like a pretty abundant connection. I do feel like there's a sense of fortune that is in this connection of being able to work together. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have Express Your Love. We have the Past Life Relationship. And we have Passion. So the Express Your Love card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of someone who's kind of putting themselves out there. I do feel like there's a sense of being able to have and hear from somebody when it comes to them expressing their feelings, being able to express where they stand and express what they want. And I do feel like it's in a very romantic way with this card showing up over here. This feels like an energy of a romantic gesture also being kind of extended towards you. I do feel like with this Express Your Love card showing up over here, this feels like this connection is really inspiring this person to be in a space where I do feel like they are falling in this connection, in the sense that they are beginning to grow in love in a way that they want to be able to share that with you. They want to express that, and I do feel like that's what they're going to do with this card showing up over here. I do feel like with the Temperance card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of this person kind of slowly getting here. But I do feel like they get there. And with the Past Life Relationship card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of having a connection that does go quite deep. I do feel like your connection begins in a way that does feel like there's a sense of an instant connection from the initial meeting with this Ace of Wands. But with the Wheel of Fortune, this does feel like there could be karmic energy within this connection. And with that, it does feel like a sense of being able to learn a lot from this connection and even from being in connection with each other. I do feel like with the past life relationship card showing up over here, this does feel like having a connection that feels like you've known this person forever. I do feel like it goes quite deep because of that. But there's also the sense of comfort and even familiarity. And I feel that with this past life relationship card, that's something that you don't expect when meeting this person. And I do feel like it does make this connection feel even more significant. And I do feel like it makes this connection more significant because it is. With the passion card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of experiencing a connection with a lot of passion. It's very passionate, and I do feel like there's a sense of being able to really enjoy in each other's company and time together. I do feel like with that Two of Wands and making plans for the future, this feels like a mutual excitement when it comes to being able to actually think about the future of this connection. And I do feel like with this passion card showing up over here, this feels like a connection that is exciting, and I do feel like also is kind of when it comes to the way that you feel in this person's presence, or this person feels in your presence, it is a feeling of being able to really feel like there's a sense of passion between the two of you that's shared. I do feel with the Empress card showing up over here, this also feels like a sense of a lot of attraction, magnetic attraction in this connection. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.